During Slim's lengthy career, he was often accompanied by Grammy Award recipient Harold Bradley, who is also a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. Harold served as president of the Nashville Local Musicians Union and as vice president of the International Musicians Union for many years. He is believed by some to be the most recorded guitar player in history. Today, however, he is celebrating the accomplishments of his close friend Slim Whitman. When they played live shows together, Slim liked for Harold to play Lara's theme from the film Dr. Zhivago. Here is a short audio clip of Slim introducing Harold at a concert in Wembley, England in the 1980s.
I have a favorite guy behind me, too. Met him in 1949. He was my leader then. In fact, I moved from Florida to Nashville then, and we became very good friends. Part of it could have been he had a car and I didn't. He's quite a musician. If you've heard a record, you've probably heard him on the record. He's been on 90% of mine. He would have been on the other 10%, but I did some here and some all over the world. His wife wouldn't let him fly and he couldn't swim, so he stayed home. Here's Harold Bradley. Harold Bradley.
Harold is unable to be here today in person, but he is here in spirit and has sent this message about his good friend Slim Whitman.
Good morning, Byron. Good morning, family and friends. I'm sorry that I have a medical condition that prohibits me from being with you and Sharon and Dewey and all the family and friends gathered to celebrate the life of my dear friend Slim Whitman. Eleanor and I had some wonderful times with Byron and Slim, and Eleanor sends her love and respect and sympathy and prayers to you and all the family. Slim and I were best friends. And Slim and I had a lot in common. When we were young, we had great careers as baseball players. We served in the Navy during the Second World War. And then the music brought us together. The music bonded us together in a great and personal and enduring relationship. I really just love Slim. I thought he was very honest and straightforward in his opinions. He was always, his word was his bond, and he would always do whatever he said he would do, and if necessary, he would do more. I first met Slim in Nashville in 1949, and we became lifelong friends. He always joked that we were friends because when he came to Nashville, I had a car and he didn't have a car. It is true that I took Jerry and him around Nashville looking for an apartment, and that was something that he never forgot. After he recorded Rosemarie and Indian Love Call in Shreveport, he decided to come to Nashville to record, and he made me his leader on all his recording sessions. And I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Slim. Slim was like all the superstars that I've worked with, but very humble. He just was a one-of-a-kind singer. I watched him step up to the mic and start singing real softly, and I watched the crowd just go absolutely silent. He had a God-given gift as a singer. I was very privileged to tour England 3 times with Slim, play the Tonight Show, play the David Letterman Show, and tour the United States with Slim and Byron. But during that time, Slim was traveling the whole world, operating out of Middleburg, Florida, and creating quite a career. I'd like to read you some of his career accomplishments now. Slim's career spans over 60 years, and he recorded an album in Nashville in 2009. He's still recording. He is still selling records in 2010. His record of Love Song of the Waterfall was number 9 on the Hot Disc chart in England. Slim first recorded in Atlanta in 1949 with Chet Atkins, Homer and Jethro, and Jerry Byrd. That record is still for sale. Slim was in Nashville in 1949 and with the Oklahoma Wranglers became the Light Crust Doughboys. Slim joined the Louisiana Hayride in 1952, where he recorded Indian Love Call, the first million seller by any artist on the Hayride. In 1955, his record of Rosemary was another million seller. Slim became a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 1955, and during that time, in England, his record of Rosemary was number one on the pop charts for 11 weeks, setting a Guinness Book of Records for 36 years. Slim was the first country artist to tour England. In 1956, his tour of England was sold out for 10 weeks before he arrived, including the London Palladium for 2 weeks. Slim repeated this success in 1957, only this time this tour was sold out for 12 weeks. His last tour of England in 2002 was also sold out. Due to his wife's illness, he quit touring starting in 2003. Slim has played every state in the United States, including Alaska. In addition to the United States and England, he has taken country music to the world. He has successfully toured Australia, New Zealand, Holland, and a 6-week sold-out tour of South Africa. Slim Whitman had a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1952. Slim was presented the first Gold Gramophone Award in England in 1955 for selling 2 million albums. Previously, a million-selling album was unheard of. Slim had the biggest TV album sales ever for Suffolk Marketing in 1979-1980, selling over 4 million albums. Slim Whitman has sold in excess of 122 million albums, and most of them were recorded in Nashville. The last time that Slim was in Nashville, he told me how he and Jerry met for the first time. It appears that Jerry's father was a preacher and went to call on Slim's family. And Jerry sat in the car and watched as her father went and talked to Slim's family. Years later, Slim asked Jerry, "Well, what did you see?" And she said, "Well, I saw that you had one overall buttoned, you didn't have any shoes on, and you needed a haircut." He said, "Well, what did you think?" She said, "Couldn't get any worse." Well, now, Jerry, you can make sure that Slim has his overalls buttoned, has his shoes on, and he has a really good haircut. Rest in peace, dear friend.